Hey guys, it's Kristen. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's very quiet in here, so sorry if I sound like lower than usual. I don't know. I'm gonna try to like keep an okay yet considerable volume with my voice. Another thing I want y'all know I gotta get like all my apologizing out, right? But another thing I want to apologize for is the lighting. I only have my lamp. My bad. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I edit my videos. I had someone request this. They commented asking when I was gonna show how I edit my videos. I didn't think that people would be interested in how I edit, saying that I use iMovie. It's the thought that counts. Must see, I don't know. But I'm very honored that someone wanted me to make a video like this. I will start though by saying that if you're looking for a tutorial step-by-step on how to use the software that I use to edit, then this is not the video. There are a lot of other videos out there that can do a way better job of explaining that than I can. I can leave some video recommendations in the description if that's the type of video you're looking for, but I'm just here to explain like my editing process, I guess. How I got into editing. I started filming videos like when I was really young. Like I always had a little camera in my hand recording something, and I was like, I have to edit this. So I took it upon myself actually to teach myself how to edit. So I just started playing around with different editing softwares and seeing like what worked for me and what didn't. Yeah, it started with Windows Movie Maker, and then I was like, I wanna, what's the word?
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
Expand my horizons. So that's when, please don't do this. Please don't do this. I do not recommend doing this. I decided to go onto Google and type up editing softwares. Now the reason I say not to do this is because one of those websites could have easily had a virus. I was just downloading stuff, and yeah, don't do that. Through going onto Google and seeing what I could find, I ended up using Filmora. There were other ones, but then of course I downloaded them and then they asked for like money to get like the full version, which I didn't have. So I remember this so vividly. It had the what's it called, the watermark spank across the screen. Like they wanted you to see that, which I know makes sense because it's like supposed to be a trial version. And I was like, damn, like the whole screen, you couldn't give me like a corner or something. But I just wanted to learn how to edit my videos and get better at it. So then I got a MacBook, and then I started using iMovie, and I still use iMovie to this day. iMovie wasn't very difficult to grasp, which is why I'm saying like if y'all really want to learn the basics of it, there are definitely videos out there that will explain it way better than I can. So I'm currently in an editing class this quarter, which I'll let y'all in on a little secret. I did not want to be in this class, but I ended up having to take it because it was my only option. So, and then if you've been keeping up with my videos, you'll see that I took an intro to editing class last quarter, and that's where I kind of sort of learned how to use Avid. I'm having to use Avid in this editing aesthetics class too, so I've been dipping and dabbing with Avid, but I do hope to get Final Cut Pro at some point in life, just not at this point because yeah, that's $300 that I don't have right now. So now I'm gonna quickly talk about the software and tech that I use. I mentioned that I use iMovie. I still do. I use iMovie essentially to cut my footage. That's pretty much it, and like do. So I use iMovie along with Keynote. It's like the Apple version of PowerPoint. And then I recently started using an app called Vita, I think that's how you pronounce it, for like filters and effects. And then for tech, I keep touching my hair, I'm sorry. I use the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II for vlogging, but I'm actually using it right now to film with because it's just compact. It's a great starter camera. So yeah, and the quality is pretty good for a little point and shoot, you know. So that's what I'm currently filming on. This is the DSLR that I use to film with, and it is the Canon 80D. My mom got this for me for Christmas last year, early Christmas present, and I filmed a few videos on it. I filmed my Christmas wish list on that camera, things to leave in 2021. I'm still kind of like getting used to it with settings and stuff like that, but yeah, it's a pretty good camera. Has a flip out screen. If you're starting out, I'm sure you've heard this a lot, but you could literally use your phone. Grover never have anything. Like, what is he doing? Okay. I'm stressed. It's been a stressful week, and I literally have somewhere to go after filming. Let me talk about my editing process, like how I cut my footage. Of course, let me just preface by saying this is not how you have to cut your footage. Everyone has different editing techniques and styles and how they decide to deal with their video in post-production. So yeah, what I do is I get my SD card, I import my filmed footage onto my laptop, and then I import it into iMovie. After that, I will preview the clip, so whether that's scrubbing through it just to see what clip that is, or watching the full clip if it's just a short clip. I just look through all my clips and see what footage I have. After doing that, I start to put my footage into the timeline. I know some people prefer to take whatever section of that clip they want to use and then transfer it into the timeline, but I just be throwing my clips into the timeline. That's not really a professional practice, but I'm no professional, so yeah, I usually just take all my clips and put it into the timeline, not all at once because that could be very overwhelming for me. So I'd put in the first clip, I would watch it through, cut whatever I need to cut out, and then next clip, next clip, next clip. So I'm basically getting my arranging and first cut done simultaneously. Some people don't like to do that. That's just what I do. The second cut through usually involves me making edits, so whether that's zooms, Ken Burns, overlays. Also in the second cut, I would do sound effects, not music. If I'm putting in music, just sound effects. Oh, memes are also included.
Very good.
That's usually what happens in the second cut. And then my third run through of edits is usually music. And then if there are any parts that I want to take out again after adding the edits, if I watch back and I'm like, I don't really like how that looks, then I'll take that out too. And then I will check the sound levels. Sometimes I watch it without the headphones because that could be different, but with the headphones I just listen through and watch it and see if there's any parts that are too loud, and if so, then I'll lower the volume. This is a new step that I added, but I've realized that going through the footage and turning off the sound, so muting the speaker, helps you to realize things that you might not notice with sound. So I've put that step in recently. I watch my video through without any sound, so it's just me focusing on the visuals of it. And then the very last time that I go through my footage and I watch it, I try not to stop for the very last time and not to pause it at all. But that's my main creative editing process. So yeah, so after all of that is done, I am ready to export my video onto my laptop. Uploading onto YouTube is a different process in and of itself. People ask where I get memes from and music, so I'll tell y'all both. So for music, I signed up with Thematic. When I signed up, it was free. I'm pretty sure it's still free. Once you use a Google account, you should have access to the website, and they have some pretty good stuff. Now I will say their filter system is not the best. It could easily take me, other than me being very focused on music anyway, it takes me quite a while to find a song or a beat.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I like the beat
that I feel fits the vibe of my video. So if you have a Thematic account, then you could just click it and it'll take you straight there. If not, then make a Thematic account if you want, and then check out the links. Now for memes, when I put memes in my videos, 90% of the time it's literally because I watch the footage and a meme will pop up in my head and I'll be like, yo, that would be so funny right there. That's just how my brain works. I consume so much social media that I feel like I have a little meme library in my head. I will say, however, if you're looking for the Stan Twitter type of memes, then there are some stan Twitter accounts on YouTube that literally post the memes or the clips, and so you can screen record it on your phone, which is what I usually do, and then I'd airdrop it to my laptop, and y'all can literally like scroll through their channel and see what memes they have and decide which ones you want to put into your video and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of sourcing my memes, like I mentioned, I would screen record it on my phone. I try not to use conversion websites anymore because apparently a lot of them, like, there's a possibility of a tracking virus. If you download something off the website, they somehow get like access to your location or something. It's crazy. So after I heard someone tell me that, I was like, yeah, keep that to yourself, I'm good. So I screen record it. I usually trim it on my phone and then airdrop it to my laptop. So the first edit that we have is what I call a crash zoom using Ken Burns. So basically you're going to select the clip that you want to apply this effect to, and you're going to click on Ken Burns. You're going to resize your start and end box, and be mindful of where your start point is and where your end point is. So just watch out for that. It'll depend on which direction you want to go in. But after you size your boxes, you're going to then take your clip and you are going to split it depending on the duration that you want for the actual zoom. So after you split it, the back part of your split is going to be where the crop will stop. And so you're going to take that back part and you're going to go back to your Ken Burn option, and you are going to click the switch option. And after you do that, you are going to click crop to fill. And basically this is going to ensure that your crop remains the same and it doesn't resize after it stops. And this is what it will look like. Next we have green or blue screens using Keynote. I changed my orientation or slide size to widescreen, and basically you're just gonna type whatever you want to type. Insert a picture if you want to insert a picture, insert a graphic. Here I'm just typing out a word, subscribe. You should do that, by the way. And then you're gonna want to change your background color or your slide color to a neon green is what'll translate the best, or honestly any type of green, but just make sure it's like bright enough. And here I'm adding a build-in effect. Usually I use typewriter, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm exporting it, movie, naming it, creating the movie. And then I'm gonna minimize that and then bring in the clip that I just made from Keynote. I'm gonna apply it as an overlay above my clips. I'm gonna click the green/blue screen, and that is how you would apply that. Next we have green screen overlays using Vita, and it's basically the same type of situation with how you would use it concerning Keynote. So you basically just bring in your clip after you've worked on it in Vita, and you just apply it as an overlay. Click on green/blue screen and apply the effect the same way. Next we have an opacity overlay. This one is pretty simple, but you're going to basically create the screen or the slide that you want in Keynote, and you're going to place it into your timeline as an overlay above the clip that you want to put it over, and then you're going to click the opacity slider, and you can basically adjust it to how opaque you want the screen to be. Next, we have an effect that I like to call the receding screen. So with this one, you're going to take the clip that you want to basically overlay onto the black background, and you're going to click on the picture in picture option in your video overlay settings, and you're going to resize it depending on how far back, quote unquote, you want your clip to recede. So sizing is really up to you. And then if you want it to push back even more, you can just add another clip, and then all you would do is resize the picture in picture even smaller to make it seem as though it's receding even further. Lastly, we have the shake screen effect, which I honestly just figured out how to do as I was editing this video. So what you're going to want to do is select the clip you want to have the shake effect on, and it's best with short clips. So this clip that I'm editing with was literally like 0.3 seconds, and you're going to click on Ken Burns, and you can see how I'm arranging the crop boxes here because it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, the vertical edge of both your start and stop box will touch either vertical edge of your frame. Split that clip that you've applied the Ken Burn to, and you're going to take the back end of that split, flip the start and stop screens, and that's how you get your shake screen effect. As for just tips and tricks in general when it comes to editing, make sure you learn the keyboard shortcuts because it'll save you a lot of time. Command B is to cut or slice. Let me say slice because cut can mean delete. Command X is to cut footage from your timeline. Command C is to copy. Command V is to paste. But yeah, those are like the main shortcuts that I use. The number one thing I find that a lot of beginner editors have issues with, and this was also an issue that I had when I first started out editing, was pacing. I don't know, pacing is like kind of difficult to show someone how to do because it depends on the footage. I guess I would just say to keep that in mind. If you find that you're watching a video back and you literally get bored at some points in your video, 9 times out of 10 your video is better if you just take it out. Pacing is kind of a tricky thing to master with YouTube's algorithm, how it's all about watch time and watch retention. Pacing could make or break your video. You just have to know when to cut. That is like the number one thing that I have in mind when I edit, is that I want to make every single part interesting in some way or another. Now, the flip to that is to not over edit. That's a journey that you're gonna have to take through practice. Like, you're only gonna learn how to work on your pacing and how to not over edit through practicing your editing. Just get in a lot of practice and I promise you'll be straight. Like, you will catch on. Here's something to keep in mind as well. There's only so much you can do in post. Like, there's only so much you can do at the editing stage. Something that I really wish I realized earlier was that a lot of the work is truly in what you film and how you film it. You can't take like a really shaky video and then be mad when it's shaky in the editing stage. Try not to emulate, edit for edit, bar for bar, someone's editing in their video. It's okay to use their videos as inspiration, but don't like literally copy and paste. Just have fun with it. Get creative, try different things. Yeah, so the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. I've been editing for like a hot minute now, so what you see is the result of years and years and years of editing. This was not no like overnight thing. So keep that in mind. Any other tips and tricks that I think of, I'll put it in the description box because whoa, he's like right there. So I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like this video if you found it helpful, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.